I fall without my wings. I feel so small. I guess I need you, baby. And every time I see you in my dreams, I see your face. It's haunting me. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, Definity, DEVVE, daCAT, Shiro update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Got a bit to go over today. We had a decent amount to go over yesterday as well, but we did it. I think we did it in under 2 hours, and today we'll probably do an hour and a half, give or take. VeVe whales give back. OMI, DEVVE, Definity. Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at the market today. It was a pretty good day. Bitcoin had reclaimed 97,000 for the first time in quite a while. Let's see when the last time this had happened. It was a couple months back when we were in February. It was like early to mid-February, and we were at 97. And then the bad times came. We went all the way down to 74-ish. Now, obviously, we had reached back up and then gone down a little bit. I think the height was 97.3, 97.4 today. I could have sworn it went to 97.5, but maybe I'm tripping over here. And down to 96.4 right meow. Again, it was a pretty good day for it. ETH also sent well above 1,800. Actually hit 1,867, 1,838 right meow. Let's see how that affected our good friends. Let's go with the DEVVE first. DEVVE is at 69 cents. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. So down about 1.5% today. Over the last 7 days, really kind of wishy-washy. Where is it? I don't know why this is. I don't know why it always shows as so bright. It's on like the lowest setting. Where am I here? So yeah, over the last 7 days, really nothing to write home about. And over the last month, same thing. You had that peak up at 90 something cents. I think it was like 93, 94. We went down to like 59 cents a couple of times. I think there was a couple of people that said, oh, we're going to go down to 50. I was like, all right, I'll set some buy orders at 55. Didn't get them because like 58, 59 was what we got to. And over the 3 month, 3 months does not look so hot just because it was kind of a steady trend down. However, it does look like it was let a little bit of a bottom at like 54, 55. And then the max, obviously, we had that big dip X amount of months back. Yeah, September was when we had the big one at like 12 cents. Been at $1.80 a couple of times, so we'll see where it goes. Be advised that the DEVVE exchange this is what a lot of the buy volume has been predicated on. It's like, okay, once they announce who the partner is, they're going to get a lot of eyes on them, and once they get a lot of eyes on them, you're going to have a ton of people signing up for their exchange. You don't have to give them custody over your assets. You're going to be able to self-custody everything that you have. And what that's going to do is just going to get people signing up for the exchange. They have that amazing reward program where they're giving away 60% of their trading fees, which is nuts. They are giving away more than half of their trading fees on that freaking thing. It goes several things deep. This is going to be one of the biggest exchanges in the world. It's a very real possibility that people make tens of thousands of dollars a week on this. At the very top. So be advised, I have 42 people that I have referred myself to the DEVVE exchange. And I'm like number 97, 96, give or take, meaning that there are like 95 people ahead of me that have done more than that. And I learned this morning that DEVVE has 25,000 signups. I repeat, the new DEVVE exchange that has not launched yet has 25,000 signups. So you do have people like me in the top 100 still that, again, has 42 signups. But that means that you have a couple of you probably have a couple of people that are in the top 10 or 20 that have several hundred people that have signed up. And even like the top 5 have to have like 1,000 or something people signed up. And then there's a lot of people that are behind. And granted, all it takes is just me, myself, I could go on and have my 42 people here. Let's say by the time it signs up, by the time it launches, I have, let's say, like 100, right? Let's say it launches in like October, November, and I have 100 people that have signed up. You could come in like September, like before they even launch, sign up one person, and that one person leads to another. And let's say that person you don't even know, and that person you don't know, you're getting, so it's 35, 15. So you're getting 15% of that person's trading fees, and that person could be doing like $100 million. And if that's the case, all right, let's say what are the trading fees on like 100 million? I mean, you like to think like 1%, right? As a Coinbase fee is, but even at a 0.5%, it's $500,000. And if you're getting 10% of that, that's 50K. And let's say they're doing that each week, you're getting 50K a week. Me and my 100 people that I've signed up, and all the people they've signed up, et cetera, you will probably make more on that just from those couple of people than I would have, and I've been working my tail off here. So yeah, all you need is that one person to go in and know somebody. They sign up, and then boom. Because even if they don't know you, be like, yeah, my buddy, like there's this guy I know that's into crypto, and he's whatever, but the exchange is just a lock. The exchange is pure gold. You don't have to custody your crypto, and they'll go over everything with them. So again, link down below to that. Go in and sign up for that. The sooner you do, usually the better, just because the more time you have to get people to sign up. And again, the trading fees share that they're doing is insane. Anyway, but yeah, 25,000 people so far, and they haven't announced their partner. I would expect that to double by the time they announce their partner. Whoever they're partnered with, what type of partnership it is. All we know is that it is a stock exchange, and that's it. London exchange would be cool. NASDAQ would be cool. There's a couple of places that there's only a couple of places that it could be. It is going to be somewhere in the world. It doesn't mean that it's in America. Again, London exchange would be just fine. But it's a stock exchange, and when they announce it, whatever we have, add a 0 to it. If we have 50,000 people signed up by that time, and then they announce it, okay, add a 0 to that. It's going to be incredible. Anywho, let's go through Definity here. So Definity is another thing. I don't know if this is public. I should be talking about it. So me and my network have a large amount of Definity, and actually I own a very, very minute, small, tiny portion of the company. It is less than one half. It is less than one half of one. It might be like less than 1/10 of 1%. But I still do have that. I might get a little bit more. Anyone that has a large amount of Definity tokens, if you want to go invest in in the actual business, you are more than welcome to. You can do, again, you have to have a super large amount. Like if you have like $10,000 worth of Definity, you're not going to be able to do that. But if you have like in the upper five, like 6 figures, then yeah, you'll probably be able to. And to go in and get that, be advised, they have I'm trying to think of this here. They have something interesting that'll start soon in like beta testing, and that'll roll out, I would say early Q3, where there's going to be a lot more eyes on Definity and a lot more action, a lot more price action, a lot more volume. Can't say what it is, but it's going to be pretty rad. Let's see what they're doing on the day. They're down about 4% to about 2.5, almost 2.6 cents. The volume on it is a little bit to be desired, about $3,800. Again, it is now May. It's gonna be May, and I guarantee you, they did more than VeVe in April. What they added to their P&L was more than what VeVe grossed. VeVe in April. And again, this is what we're taking from the VeVe revenues is really only from the store, the primary sales, and then the NFTs that are launched through VeVe Comics. These secondary sales are generally not that much. And then the digital read-only sales, we're going to guess, let's say if there's 1,000 people that do that each week, and let's say it's $4, right? So let's say 80, 100 times 2, okay, 1,600, then 200 times. Okay, actually, hold on. It's 5. Oh, I'm sorry. Say 4,000, and then 200. 20. So I would say 6,000, let's say a week. So let's say they're doing an extra 300K per year on the digital read-only sales. And that's kind of back of the napkin math. Figure they have 34,000, what is that? 34,000 signups, and 97% of them maybe don't do anything. But you have, let's say, 1,000 people that buy something each week. 800 of those people just buy one thing, the digital read-onlys, and then another 200 people out of that 1,000, they buy two things. You're taking a look at about 6K a week. So again, that's what we're assuming here, is that VeVe is grossing $300,000 to $400,000 per month. Yeah, Definity is doing more than that. Just letting you know. And they're doing that with a $3.5 million market cap. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that out there. Somebody had told me about. Let's go to OMI here real quick. They're down about 2.5% on the day to 0002012. So we are. It looks like we might probably go back to the 0001s again, which is fine by me. There was a buddy of mine that the average here is probably 00021. He's got about 600 million. For those of you that I did not tell or haven't been here for a while, about a month ago, a buddy of mine that likes me, followed kind of what I did. He's like, yeah, I'll throw, and he threw a decent amount into OMI at the time, got 20 million. And then the bad times came, and that was worth nothing. And when we talked, he's like, hey, you still into it? I was like, yeah. I was like, okay, well, why? I was like, you still making content on it? I was like, yeah. I was like how? Like, what do you talk about? I was like, girl. And I told him everything that we talked about, or that we talk about, me and you guys. And he's like, oh, they did all that? Yeah. And it's like, they're still building. Like, how do they have money for that? Like, well, when you gross like $400 million your first couple of years in business, you have a big war chest. And he's like, okay, yeah, fair point. He didn't know they made that much. He just, was kind of all about the hype and the market and sentiment. And he was only looking at it through what like people's vaults were, and saying like, okay, well, that value's gone down, so that means people got to be losing money, right? It's like, well, yeah, if you look at it like that, but if you look at the company that's making money on every time something sells, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter if things go up or down, but they're still getting that 2.5% every time. And then I told them like, hey, here's the VeVeverse, and here's some of the stuff people created. Now, granted, I had to tell them, but I sold that sizzle, and I was like, listen, look at all of this stuff that people are creating, and there's like maybe a handful of users in the VeVeverse that create stuff. What type of creations do you think are going to happen when you have several hundred people, like these autistic kids on Minecraft, that are just like building these insane worlds? Like, what do you think is going to happen? And then I had to tell him like, all right, be advised, like the reason why there's only a handful of people in the VeVeverse building this stuff, because it's very hard to build. It's not on mobile yet. And then I was like, hey, but we're on mobile. So over the past month, he's purchased 582 million OMI. He has 602 million now. And again, he's fine with it. And I told him like, hey, we could get cut in half here. I was like, I hope we don't. I was like, well, just letting you know that's what could happen. So he's got a lot. The volume on this, again, is still much to be desired here. We're at 1.2, almost 1.3 million. And the 1.3 million, again, I'm going to say half of which is like a market maker, and the other half is probably actual volume. But it does seem that people are getting bullish on it again. Like there's only so much that there's only so much great things that VeVe could do without the token price moving. And it means like, well, I'm not worried about token price moving up as much as I'm worried that it's bleeding and it's still going down. You know, what can they do to stop the blood loss? Like, okay, well, they're doing all these great things here, and you know, they're giving their meds. They're making sure their O2 sensors are good, their heart rate's good, their pulse is good, but you know, the overall macro, it doesn't matter how good at triage they are if they're constantly getting shot with these tariff wars and the Ukraine and Russia war, which again, it does seem to be coming to an end. That mineral deal with Russia and Ukraine yesterday was bananas. So there's a lot here that's going to be catapulted. But again, we don't know when. And again, we had a good day today in the markets. I think this is like the 8th day in the row that NASDAQ was up. And I actually made a video last night. Then like, okay, a lot of people, including me, have said like, hey, what's the reason for a lot of, you know, this market downturn the last couple months? Like, okay, well, when Trump took office, Bitcoin was at its max at 108 the day he took office. Then the trade war started and then went down to 74. So like, and again, I'm someone that is for the most part, a Trump supporter that understands the long-term vision, but you have to go in and recognize that the short-term horrendousness of that, like that rocked a lot of people. Now, obviously, I understand that on the way up, hey, that short-term horrendousness needed to happen for the overall greater good of the market, especially for Americans. And I just see a lot of people that were blaming Trump for the horrendous part, and they were not giving him his credit for as the market rebounds. And yeah, I just want people to be cognizant of that. Anyway, we're at 17 minutes here. Let's do some Shiro. Shiro had a bit of a rough couple of days. So it was down a lot yesterday, down about 3.7% today, down about a $15 million market cap. At some points, it just dipped below that to a 14-ish million, 2.6 million in volume. So again, it's still got a decent amount of volume. At a $20 million market cap, they do get to, they're going to burn 2% of the supply, which would be $400,000 worth of Shiro, which is wild. They're just lighting 400K on fire, but it's good for everyone else that holds it. Oh wow, I got some people. Got Cryptoys commenting on my stuff. I'm gonna give him some meows, give him a smiley face. We got Bill Gardner saying, "Let's go." What's up, Bill Gardner? How's it going, fam? I love you. And then we have Planet Vampire. What's going on? Give me the happy face and the, I don't know what, like the party. What's that called? The party. Not a party cannon. Pop them. I don't know. I forget what they're called. BB Zombie saying, yo, what up, Zombie? How's it going, fam? Oh, Mr. MC1, my brown bay from far away. We love you, man. He liked my stuff. That's amazing commenting over there. Okay. So this is the Shiro thing is one of the things that I'll get more of. Like, I actually had a meeting with one of them today. The goal is to get them on VeVe Comics as well. Obviously, we solidified that with daCAT. I finished my second comic. When did I finish that? A couple days ago. I was going to start writing the first one today, and I tried, but then I don't know if I'm getting old. Well, I'm definitely getting old, but my recall memory was such that I finished writing that second comic 4 or 5 days ago, and I had forgotten like the majority of whatever. So I had to go back and read it. I was like, wow, this is really good. And then I was like, okay, I'll start writing the third one soon. Hopefully tonight. We'll see. I'll keep y'all posted. And as I do that, like I said, Shiro's goal will get to be on VeVe. Their first comic though they have is like 10 pages. And I was like, listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that what you put out on VeVe for a first impression has to be gold. I'm not going to tell you that it has to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, and it's got to blow people away, and it's got to have a hook, and it's got to have, this epic storyline. All VeVe and all really that I care about is that it makes money. And part of the conversation of one of the heads of Shiro had said was like, well, if we can go in and they're like putting their NFTs, right? Yeah, they're putting on the blockchain. All these NFTs are on immutable X, but they can be bought and sold for OMI on Stacker, and we went through that. And it's like, well, what's the difference if I sell it on their platform, on immutable X versus if I mint it on Sui and there, and it would sell out there too. I was like, well, you can choose to make as many comics as you want. I mean, essentially what you're doing, if you're looking at it as a make money type of deal on the comic, and it's very myopic to say like, okay, well, I can make a couple thousand more dollars if I mint it on Sui because, for whatever reason. And I get to keep all those funds as opposed to VeVe taking half or whatever they take. I don't know. I'm going to guess at least half, if not more, probably more. I would even say 60 or 70%. But I had told him like, you could make a couple more $1,000s if you mint on Sui, and you'll have no revenue share. You don't have to share it with VeVe. I was like, but if we play that out, okay, where's that money coming from? Well, it's coming from the community, because if you mint a random comic on Sui, okay, well, how many other people are doing that? How many other people? I'm thinking about it now, probably not a lot, but for the most part, you're just going to be selling to your community, which is fine. Like if you want to take their money, like, yeah, like they'll give it to you, and they'll give it to you with a smile on their face, because they want to support the brand and they want to be able to tell people, hey, there's what's happening. But if you want to share the load, if you want your customers and your community to carry that burden by themselves, that's one thing. But if you want that burden to be shared, if you want that load to be shared, I'm trying to work in the Samwise Gamgee share the load. Comment down below if you get that reference. It's like, if you want to get more eyes on it, you're gonna go with VeVe, because you might. And I asked him if he ever saw Dinner for Schmucks, and he's like, yeah, I actually saw that 2 weeks ago. I was like, okay, so remember in that scene when Paul Rudd is talking to his higher ups at the business, talking about this lady and her lamp business that she's looking at, and there's somebody that was making fun of him, saying like, we could literally make hundreds of dollars on this lamp business, making fun of him and laughing at him. And he says, it's not about the lamp business. She's married to a Russian billionaire. Yeah, we'll lose money on the lamp business. Who cares? When we get a multi-billion-dollar client, in our business. So I told him, like, who cares if you make a couple extra $1,000 on a comic that you're minting on Sui, when you could get several thousand more eyes on your project if it's on VeVe? Because the couple $1,000s is a moot point, and it's not something that is going to be neither here nor there. Nobody's going to care about a couple $1,000s 5 years from now. But a lot of investors will care, okay, how many eyes are on your project? How much influence do you have? Where can you sell to? If you mint a comic, digital comic, anywhere that's not on VeVe, for the most part, you're only going to be selling to your own community. Which, again, if you have a large community, that's fine. And if your goal is just to take more from your community, and again, if it's your product and it's good, they'll do it happily. But if you want to grow and you want to take your community and take it up to the next level, and again, minting a comic anywhere else is fine. You'll make money. People are going to do what they're going to do, but it doesn't grow the brand. At least not like in the way it would on VeVe. Not like in the way it would, like you can have a comic book that you sell out of your house, but why would you do that when you could go to the mall and pay a little bit extra, like you share in some of that revenue to have that space in the mall? But the foot traffic there is so much greater than what is going to be on your block or on your house. So and that's all I had. I didn't have to go this deep into explanation. When he started figuring out what I was saying, he's like, no, I get it. You're right. This is how easy it is to get stuff on VeVe, especially with this curator program. And so the goal for me as someone that's working with Shiro, they sponsor the channel, is to get as many eyes on them as possible. The goal is not to make money with the comic, although they will. The goal is to be able to get more eyes on the project and grow the brand. And then, yes, have those sales numbers. And that sales numbers helps. But just like what Planet Death did yesterday. Now, granted, yesterday I was going over. What was I going over? When I was going over the Planet Death number 0 sales, there was like 600, almost 700 left in the store. And by the time my stream was ending, it had like 500-ish left in the store. I was like, all right, good. Nice. I bought some on stream. It was pretty fun. And then I was like, I was going to buy another one. And then I saw VeVe's tweet about how if you get all of the rarities, you're going to get an airdrop of the, you're going to get an airdrop of the, of like a poster if you have all of it. And guys, there's only 80 secret rares. So there's max, there's only going to be 80 of those posters. So that's going to be very, very scarce. And I know there's people that have multiple. Like I know there's people that have multiple. So that's going to be really boss. That's going to be really cool. And then by the time I saw that tweet, it was sold out. Like, okay. And this is what I mean, where I'm always talking about phygital stuff. Now, granted, that's not a phygital thing. That's going to be something else. But this is something that I didn't even bring this up to the Shiro people today. This is another thing that I'll probably do for daCAT, where if they have, and we might do 3,000 comics, because I know 1,000 would sell out. I'm pretty sure 2,000 would sell out at some point as well, especially if we're waiting, 3 months to put it on there. As OMI goes up, as all these things go up, as ETH goes up, and just people are generally more bullish, 2,000 would probably sell out. But then if you say, hey, we have something that if you have all 5 rarities, which we were going to do anyway for daCAT airdrops and Sharby airdrops and crappy airdrops and Chaos on the Chains airdrops, all these airdrops for all these communities that are in there, it would have likely sold out anyway. But now we say like, hey, outside of the airdrops that we're going to give you, you're also, for the tokens, you're also going to get something else. Again, we're 100% going to do that. So yeah, just be advised. Be advised all. Be advised. Speaking of daCAT, let's see what my kitty's doing today. They were up yesterday. Yeah, like 670 in volume. I don't know. It says it's not up anything today. I think something's wrong with CoinGecko, because they should be up a couple percent today. It's up like 0.9, so it's up like 1%. It's so really not a lot. Yeah, we just had that $653 buy order yesterday. So again, this is really something that we have to work on, is the volume. A lot of that will get done as guys. There's going to be a lot of volume in like 4 days for daCAT. Speaking of 4 days, this is going to be the 4th day. It's going to be May 4th. On May 4th, me and VeVe Magic. I actually have to put it in the stream. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Magic, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She will be hopping on my stream on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are going to have an announcement. A pretty fun announcement, but the announcement that we have is it's really cool. It's really big. It'll be fun for everyone involved. And then also there might be a part 2 of the announcement in like a week or 2 when certain things happen. But it'll be fun. I can't wait for it. Now let's continue, shall we? We've got photos here from yesterday. The screenshots I have to go through. Wow, it took a lot. Before that, let's get to some of the comments here. What's up, Energy? How's it going? My day. Man, I thought I only drank like 40 or 50% of this yesterday. Apparently I drank like 60%. Oh, you gotta get that bread. G-Flow says, Randy, what do you think base case for OMI is now 5 cents? My base case is 3 to 5 cents. And that's if a good, like, again, they've accomplished the VeVeverse, the affiliate marketing program. They technically soft launched, but they haven't really leaned into that yet, and I think they will in like 2 months. So I would say they had part 1 of the VeVeverse. The mobile version isn't out yet. I'm not going to expect part 2 of VeVeverse this year. I wish we could. I'm going to hope for it. I don't know if VeVeverse version 2.0 comes out until next year, though. Again, I wish it would. The IP branded worlds, I really wish it would. That would be great. Land sales probably going to be back on the table. There's a couple of things that they're probably working on in the background, and they just really have to wait for that regulatory clarity to come. Because as of right now, we still technically don't know what's going to be good, what's going to be bad, etc. But there's probably a couple things that they're working on right now, and yeah, I can't wait for it. 5 cents. Yeah, even without Pokemon, I think 3 to 5 cents is pretty reasonable. Baby Zombie says, "Yo, Mr. MC1. Yo, what up, man? What up, everybody?" Wes, thank you for being a member. Says, "Where did Cryptoys go?" They post. I think the last time they posted, it was a couple months back. Let's take a look, see. And they seemed pretty high in spirit. Did they block me? Oh no, they followed me. They followed me. Okay. I typed in Cryptoys, like nothing came up. I was like, what? But they still have 23,000 followers. And I'm one of the people that they follow. They haven't posted anything in a while. They were reposting stuff in early January. Yeah, this is oof. Yeah, all of them. So maybe I could have sworn there was another post recently, but I guess there wasn't. Or maybe there is, and it's in their replies. Wait, February 24th said the next chapter of Cryptoys is coming. We're hard at work behind the scenes, implementing everything we've learned to bring you an even better overall experience. We've got a ton of exciting things in the works, more features, more partners, more resources, and initiatives that we believe will truly make a difference, not only for our community, but for the industry as a whole. Rest assured, we're not going anywhere. In fact, we're just getting started. So I would have liked, again, I'm not an investor, but not in Cryptoys, but if I was thinking about it, I'd be like, okay, I wish they had more updates, and I understand building in silence. It's a little cryptic, and that doesn't mean bad. It looks like a hand that's holding, this little Cryptoy here. I'm very curious on what they're doing. I do wish there were more updates past that, because again, 10 weeks later, and there's been nothing but silence from them. In this industry, like, this isn't gaming. Like, I understand, like, in gaming, you have like Rockstar, you have like all these games that the devs will not say anything for months, and that's the norm. Like, there's no updates for like several months at a time. In this, there's you would expect them to be a bit more active. And again, like, having Disney, Mattel, NASCAR, like, they have some monster licenses, but they just never really got the volume of people. Like, every single one of their people, like I would say 98% is VeVe people. And yeah, it's hard. So this is a hard business. I mean, 10 weeks is a long time to go without revenue. So that's pretty. If I had a relationship with the CEO, I'd be like, hey, had no revenue for 10 weeks. What can I do to help? And then I would try to take advantage and try to get, part of their company, or, if I liked what I saw, if I saw their books, and I'd be like, all right, let's try it. Or I would walk away and be like, okay, buy all the OMI, short everything crypto. Like, it depends. We really don't know what's going on over there. They seem to be pretty okay with it. And if they have let's say they had a run rate of like another year or two, let's say a year from February 24th, right? Let's say they have through January of next year, they could operate without any income. I'd still like to see some communication. There's just been nothing. And it's not even just that they're not communicating. Nobody's been posting about them. China says it's assessing possible trade talks with the U.S. Of course they are. Of course they are. They need the U.S. They need the U.S. so freaking badly. Cryptoys. Let me just type in Cryptoys and see what's going on here. Oh, actually, there was somebody that posted about it like 3 hours ago. All right, let's do the latest here. What? Okay, let me type in @Cryptoys and see what people have been posting. So actually, there's a post here from a guy named Hopskibbity. Oh, Hopskipbite. As you all know and may have seen from earlier posts, the company is going through a number of changes and stepping into a new chapter, one that we're really excited about. We recently partnered with a company that shares our vision and believes deeply in what we're building. This new partnership will allow Cryptoys to continue to expand through bringing more resources, more support, and a ton of momentum to help us take things to the next level. Once we're able to talk about it publicly, we expect the community to grow in a big way. Right now, the team is hard at work upgrading our back-end systems and laying the foundation for the next phase. It'll take a few more months to get everything in place, but we're feeling really good about where the things are headed, and we think you will too. Thanks for sticking with us. We're here, we're building, and the best is still ahead. If you've got questions, please feel free to ask them here, and I'll do my best to reply when I can. It might not be immediate, but I'll be sure to answer as many questions as I can. I'm around and happy to jam with you all. That was taken from their Discord, I guess, X amount of days ago. I don't have a date on it here. I don't know. Let's see on other stuff. And I don't know what type of partnership. I don't know who the partner is. I don't know what type of partnership it is. We'll see. I don't. Now, granted, I've never bought any of their stuff. They're going and they're saying we have a couple months left before they turn anything on. Okay, so let's say that was, a week ago. Were they going to wait till like mid-July, midway through summer, mid-July, before they go in and release something? And that might be the longer they wait, again, no revenue for that long is not something that I would. Sorry, that long without revenue is not something that I really want for any of my companies, but we'll see. Let's take a look at, again, some of the rest of the news here. Kumo says, Mbaku! Booger says, forever! Zombie says, Randy, last night you made me get FOMO on that comic, so I tried for one. Got a secret rare! Oh, you got a secret rare! That's the first time. Did you get the full set? Because if you get the full set, then you get an airdrop from them. So I hope you do. Hope you get that bread. Bill Garner got the Common Gang. Common Gang, Common Gang, Common Gang, Common Gang. Oh God, hiccups. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got here as far as news. President Trump says China's doing very poorly right now. Agreed. Gary O got 2 secret rares. God damn, good for you, Gary O. I wound up getting a couple commons, couple uncommon, a rare, and an ultra rare. Watcher Guru says Secretary Bessent says the U.S. is on the verge of becoming an AI superpower. Not gonna lie, I think I like that. True story of Mysterio begins. Mysterio steps into the spotlight in Marvel's Ultimate Spider-Man number 16. Even the Kingpin knows little about the man behind the smoky helmet. But Spider-Man is about to uncover more than he bargained for. Get ready for twists, secrets, and action as Peter Parker faces a villain unlike any he's met before. Feel like we've seen a lot of this before, but you know what? I'll take it. Ford CEO says President Trump's tariff policy is great for the country. It's great for Americans if we want to get tax breaks. I don't know how that's going to help American innovation if a lot of these American companies are relying on those tariffs. But I understand the strategy here. having too much money is a good problem to have. President Trump says Canadian Prime Minister Carney has called him and said he wants to make a deal. Very good. Love that. And President Trump says that he will speak with Chinese President Xi Jinping, although no firm date has been set. It is supposed to be this month. $250 million was minted yesterday at 1:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember that number? Watcher Guru says Visa launches crypto stablecoin payments in Latin America, and the U.S. reaches out to China for a tariff discussion, Chinese media reports. You have Ripple offering $4 to $5 billion for Circle, and Circle is said to have rejected the Ripple bid as it was too low. I thought that was wild. We have Charlie Fisher saying that 2021 is the first drop date for Marvel. This is the first ever Marvel print comic, first ever digital comic, first ever Human Torch appearance, and the first ever appearance of Namor. 11 is November, second reprinting of 1939, and 1111 is the first same 4-digit binary palindrome. Mint hunters rejoice. You got the 1111 and the 2021. So Charlie NFT, aka Charlie Fisher, is a beast. Ash Crypto Real says altcoin market cap is now at the same level as Q3 of 2022. Most alts are still in bear market since 2021, which makes me wonder something. What if alts really hasn't even started yet? What if Q1 2025 is similar to Q1 of 2020? What if the alt rally starts now and continues until Q1 of 2026? And there are some reasons to back this up by Q3, Q4. Several bullish things will happen. Rate cut, QE, alt spot ETF approval, pro-crypto regulation. All these things will make the perfect setup for a risk-on assets rally. Maybe this will be the last mega alt season and you'll have to make this count. I agree. North Carolina Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Bill passed the House. It was ratified today. Very happy about that. More reserves equals more buying. Eric Trump says that banks that ignore crypto will not exist in 10 years. Agreed, sir. Agreed. North Carolina has passed the HB 92 bill, which allows the state to invest up to 5% of the funds in crypto. Giga bullish as heck. And the European Union will present a new trade proposal to U.S. negotiators next week. That source is via Bloomberg. The Facer says they need OMI burns. They do. They do need the OMI burns. I would very much like those. Actually, let's see what we have here. Because we have I had a message from WC3NTE yesterday. And we were talking about the burn wallet. We need Dr. Profit to have a screen pop up after each transaction showing the amount burned. Maybe one day we get it. Oh, there's like 31 billion OMI on base. Oh no, this is ERC. Wait, no. Okay, yeah, this is base. This is base. I guess there's 16 million OMI that's ready to burn. I don't know when this is for. Oh, okay. So I guess this still has to be done manually. And it doesn't seem like it's. If this is the case, we had 3 transactions the last hour. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess 6 in the last 2 hours. 9 in the last 4 hours. 10 in the last 5 hours. So if you just go to the burn wallet, you can see all the transactions there. And you can see where they're from and where they're going to. So if you want to go there through that, a lot of these, the fees are like 2,500 OMI. This was 54,000 OMI, 25,000 OMI, but a lot of them are like a couple thousand. There's really not. Another one for 26,000. So a lot of these are pretty small. Some of them might be like dollar comics as well that are on there now, which is fine. That is fine by me. VeVe Zombie is gonna cry. Oh, poor zombie. Cool Mo, thanks for being a member. Says the golden dragon floor is thin. Oh, is it now? Is it? Let's take a look. See. I'm very, very thankful for the Golden Dragon Club. If I type in Golden Dragon, I don't know if that's gonna. It doesn't come up. Does it say Jade? Is the Jade Dragon? Is that what? There's a Remember, okay, there's a Jade Dragon, but if I go to it, I think that's what the Gold Dragon is in. Imperial Lotus Season 1. Okay, Gold Dragon. I don't know why Gold Dragon didn't come up when I searched it, but whatever. 888 editions. Floor is 275, and there's 47 listings for sale. Oh, wow. So be advised that if one sells for 275 and the other sells for 345, then it's like 80,000, 88,000. So yeah, you ain't got a lot before that goes nuts. And I might make it go nuts soon. Elon Musk says the U.S. government was partying on taxpayer money. Agreed. I'm glad to get some swamp drainers in there. But yeah, Golden Dragon is getting that bread. Good for them. Good for them. It says those egg white farts going to be nasty. It depends on what I eat with them. Like today, let's see what I did today. I haven't had a lot of calories, so excluding these egg whites here, I only had 1,230 calories and 134 grams of protein. So if I round up and say that there's 10 servings in here, that'd be an extra 250 calories and 50 grams of protein. So if I were to have, like, I had Pizza Hut the other day, and boy, was that was had some gas that day. Egg white breath. Yeah, I've had a lot of pretty much every bay that I've had does not like that I drink egg whites, but they will have to deal. All right, Blue says OMI token is going to pump big one of these days, and the idiots who keep crashing the price are going to be very pissed. Yeah, agreed. When does it happen? We don't know. It could be tomorrow. It could be in 7 months from now. We will have to see. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let's get back to the important stuff. And the U.S. and Ukraine have signed a natural resources deal. That is beautiful. Heckin' beautiful. Ash Crypto says that is Bitcoin to 100K this week. Well, it reached 97 today. It could reach 100 tomorrow. The U.S.-Ukraine mineral deal is a strategic play to secure critical resources like rare earths and lithium, which is key for tech and defense. But let's be clear, Ukraine's handling over 50% of state resources revenues to a joint fund with zero binding security guarantees. It is not charity. It's leveraging their desperation to counter China's mineral dominance. Taxpayers should cheer redirecting foreign aid into resource access, but the real win is forcing Europe to foot the bill for Kiev's security while America locks down supply chains. 500 billion ask is what got walked back, but the framework still puts U.S. interests first. Also be advised, the remaining supply of New Mutants 1983, number 86, has been burned. So rip and pasta, anyone that wanted that. From the stow. U.S. and Ukraine officially signed a mineral deal. I just went over that. VeVe Licious said message for Foster. Question, is there an easy way to receive layer 2 immutable X OMI on Stacker wallet? I'm not seeing it. I have been waiting for it since you said it was coming a year or so ago. Question 2, are bronze tickets still being earned for staking? Are season rewards scrapped? Foster says the immutable X to base bridge was launched at the beginning of March and enables you to send your OMI directly from the VeVe web wallet to your layer 2 wallet. Seasonal rewards still occur with your OMI in the Stacker wallet. So I hope that got him. Gave him a good answer. And he's on says, yes, I did after reading that article. Thanks. All right, my man, get that bread. DeBaker says, hey. Yeah, what up, DeBaker? Yeah. Don Davis says, OMI going back down to the 19 to 1800 levels. Let's see where it's at. 000207 right now. So yeah, I had mentioned before, maybe like 35 minutes ago, that would likely be the case in the short term. Does that continue for the next? Oh wow! Look at this view in New York. So cool. Does that continue? Yeah, it'll probably continue until again the market has seemed to turn around, but really just for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and really like the top 10, maybe like the top 20. When it becomes alt season, again, what's going to be the one that sucks up a lot? Is it AI? Is it gaming? Is it digital collectible? Like, we don't know what comes first. OMI will go crazy when it's its turn. Again, that could be tomorrow, or that could be 7 months. Heck, it could be 9 months from now. We might have to wait Q1 of next year. So Flamingo say, is this OMI actually in circulation? I haven't really kept up with news. Which OMI are you talking about? Because there's, well, I mean, there's no like vault or reserves anymore. It's all just the 305 million OMI. And out of that 305 million OMI, take away 90, so you're at 215. Take away another 15 from the business development wallet. So it's really like 200 billion in general. Victor says nasty. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Of course, girl. All right, the Empire's Elite are coming to VeVe. Star Wars Troopers 3D Digital Collectibles series showcase the formidable soldiers who have enforced their will of the Empire and beyond. From the battle-scared Mimban Trooper to the elusive Shadow Trooper, each warrior carries a legacy of countless battles across the galaxy. Intricate armor details and unique histories, these troopers stand as symbols of power and loyalty. Star Wars Trooper Collection drops in blind box waitlist format Sunday for May. I don't know if I'll go live for that one, just because there's like 6,000 for like 3 of the mints, so like 18,000. I don't think people are going to spend 180,000 on that. We'll see. Robert Geek says, check out my ranking. I guess his name is Disney Magic over on VeVe, and he is ranked number 69. Nice. Be advised, the ranking on the leaderboards, the only guys, nobody's going to keep up that grinding. The few that are, I guarantee, are going to be whales or people that like. It's hard. I mean, it's not. It's just like, do you want to make these posts? Do you want to like? Do you want to sell? And do you want to buy? And do you want to follow people and have people follow you? And it's a lot. It's hard. Me and my like 9 points are fine. There's people that have 80 points right now, and they're gone. Crypto influencer Anthony Pompliano led SPAC files for IPO. Yeah, I don't know why people are freaking out about Bill Belichick's like 24-year-old girlfriend. Good for them. Good for them. You will crawl. Oh yeah, I gotta send this to my bae. All right, let's continue on. Real game. Yeah, Oscar VV Rican says the real game is keeping this up for 30 days, and it's just not going to be possible for most people. And he was number 9 yesterday. I don't know where he is today. Let's see. Let's see where the people are. Let's see what the will of the people and the will of the force has decided for everybody. Go to the VeVe challenge over on the VeVe app. Runs from 29 April through, okay. Mr. Rolex is number 1 at 90. Schwobe and Scary Sea Monster are number 1, 2, and 3. Actually, you have my collectibles is number 250 with 68 points. I'm number 946 with 12 points. I don't think I'm surprised we have 900 freaking accounts doing this thing. But yeah, my 946. Cool. I want to see it where I'm number 8,000. So that means there are 8,000 people on here. Awesome work when she's whoa, she's a lady. Special collector's bonus. Get your hands on a digital copy of the largest selling independent comic book in over 30 years and get a free digital poster collectible. Collect each cover variant of Planet Death number 0 before 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Wednesday, May 7th, to receive an airdrop of the stunning Planet Death digital poster. Oh, bad idea. Hello. That's their X. Okay. Bad idea. Hello. Oh, all right. That's the official Twitter. I should reach out because that is interesting. We're gonna delete that That doesn't need to be. Oh my gosh. Thirsty. Oscar VeVe Regan says important information regarding the challenges. So the challenges do have their own terms and conditions here, which read: dates are based on UTC, so any points accumulated before the challenge begins or after the challenge concludes will not be included in the final count. Leaderboard reflects results since the last system update. A brief delay may occur between the challenge's conclusion and the display of the final rankings. In the event that multiple challengers achieve the achieve the same points total, their position will be determined based on their rank, daily MCP points, when the competition closes, followed by their level, lifetime MCP points, and if required, their join date. It's like I don't like who wins in a. Anyway, items listed in the market must remain live for a period of no less than 3 days. Withdrawn listings during this period will deduct daily points previously earned for listing them. VeVe reserved the right to remove bot accounts or nefarious actors from the challenge. Good. Rewards, including MCP points and airdrops, will be issued on a date following the closing competition, the timing of which will be determined by VeVe. Very good. A trader turned $239 million into $239 into 2.2 million by investing in the Solana-based meme coin House, getting over 9,000x in about a month, according to Look On Chain. He sold a small portion for 58,000, but still holds tokens worth over 2.15 million. Now I have to go in and check House and see where it's at. Guarantee you after this, yeah. House on Sol. All right, they are down. Let's take a look at the last couple of days with them, because they've been out for about a month. Yeah, he must have bought them when they were nothing, and then bam, they went hard. What's the market cap on these things? Market cap still like 96 million, so it's not like a ton. 13.3 million in volume though. 2.4 million liquidity locked. Good for them. Good for them. Okay. Let's move on, shall we? Giveaway time. Nerd Cave 77 on X. Again, Nerd Cave 77 on X has said, we're giving away a Fanable app mystery case from last week's drop, and the Grail pull is Giant Size X-Men #1. To enter, you have to follow Nerd Cave 77 and Fanable app if you haven't. Subscribe to the newsletter, like and repost, and tag a friend who needs to know about the Fanable app. The winner will be announced May 7th, so if you want one, go for it. This is not a paid sponsorship. I've had so many people tag me in it, so good for them. China's like triple dam thing that they have is technically slowing the Earth's rotation, which is wild that humans can do that, but that is what they're doing. BlackRock just bought $267 million worth of Bitcoin. They are accumulating hard. This was as of yesterday. And Chaos on the Chains says not just a game, but a Web3 ecosystem. Chaos on the Chains is not just a game with crypto. It's a strategic MMORPG with augmented reality and GPS integration, token-based land staking and decay systems, NFT-based character and item collection, and PvP and exploration tied to real-world dynamics. Also, the crypto market capitalization had reclaimed 3.1 trillion this morning. Definity is doing monstrous. Oh, I got a little more Definity recently, but god damn, do I want more. And maybe it'll be a while before I get some, but good times. Good times. Oh, there's some likes, yeah. Smash that like button. Smash it, smash it, smash it. What do I got tomorrow? Tomorrow is Friday. Oh, I gotta see Thunderbolts tomorrow. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta see Thunderbolts. I got a lot of stuff to do. Let's see what else here. Metaplanet plans to establish U.S. subsidiary, raising $250 million to accelerate Bitcoin treasury strategy. World Liberty stablecoin will be used to close MGX's $2 billion Binance investment. Source for that is Eric Trump. And Kraken launches crypto derivatives trading for UK professional investors in latest expansion for the firm. They also have Morgan Stanley planning to offer crypto trading to E-Trade clients. Should have been doing that a while ago, but I guess better late than never, right? Right. Bitcoin's 7-day volatility has hit a 563-day low, and Charles Schwab, CEO, says working on spot crypto trading within 12 months. Good for them. Happy belated birthday to Sean Grasmick, aka Graz654. He got a Spider-Man 361 for his birthday, and again, shout out to him for that. All right, Blue says, Randy, AYR is a town in the southwest coast of Scotland. It's pronounced air. My fault. As in the air we breathe. Air. Scotland got away with a blatant foul. The blues part relates to the musical term. I know it has nothing to do with OMI. That's fine. That's fine, Air. Mr. Air.
You mean she puts on airs? That's just fancy talk.
Old school SpongeBob was amazing. Democrats allowed 20 million illegal immigrants to walk into the country with no process, and now they want President Trump to give these people who broke the law years of due process before he could send them back home. That is wild. $7.13 trillion asset manager Charles Schwab is going to launch spot crypto trading within 12 months. I think I went over that before. Retail pleb guy had posted before 3 years ago, mortgage companies wouldn't count any money from crypto as, okay, hang on one second. I got a message from my guy. 1 second. Oh my gosh. Where is it? Okay. He ate. Okay. So 3 years ago, mortgage companies wouldn't count any money from crypto as contribution towards his deposit. Today, he got an email from his mortgage broker saying, special issue crypto finance newsletter. In the special edition, we explore current trends in the crypto finance space and share how Ines supports high net worth individuals and international clients in leveraging digital assets to access high value property finance. They are getting with the times. What's up, Air Blues? Give me the smiley face. Man. The blockchain group reveals 10-year plan to acquire 260,000 Bitcoin worth about $24 billion. Good luck, because that's based on today's prices, and we both know that in a few months from now, we will not be anywhere near today's prices. I had somebody that was a fan of mine, and I think still is, from, I don't know, like years ago, bought a bit of OMI, then was very not happy that OMI went down. Not sure if it was just a gross misunderstanding of market cycles or just other stuff, but person had texted me my address this morning, and I got it all on, like, if you're watching, which clearly, like, you were watching, you watched my other video. So if you are watching, I got it all screenshot. What I also have screenshot is your address, phone number, house, and where you live. If you come to my house, if you step foot on my property, you will be shot. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Ohio's a stand your ground state. You're going to get that. If anything were to happen to me, your address, name, family, and everything and all that has been sent to friends, and you're going to get fucked. Don't want that to happen. Don't want to be responsible for subtracting from the population. But again, if you step on this property, you will be shot. And although I might not get arrested for the actual shots that I fired, I will likely get arrested for the type of bullets I put in you. So just take that with a grain of salt, and take that as you interpret it as you wish. Anyway, Wayne Bruce Clark Kent says, today I listed a partner statue for $1 to give back to the VeVe community for near-death experience. Congrats to the purchaser. It wasn't a typo, $12 or $120, but $1. This is what I say when I say VeVe Whales give back. And I know we had to wait an hour to get to this freaking thing because I forgot to talk about it. I guarantee you that within a week, we see more stuff like this. We see more value. We see more giveaways. And yeah, it's going to come from whales for now, but it won't always. When we had transfers, I would do like Sunday giveaways, and I would just give away stuff every Sunday. And then I also had people that would message me like, hey, I want to contribute to the giveaways. And sometimes they were like $100 gifts. And that's just a way that people just gave back. And I know we don't have transfers anymore, but this is a way that people give back without them, without transfers, stuff for $1. So Bruce Clark Kent, aka Wayne. This is the first of many. We salute you. I hope that whatever happened in your near-death experience, that it never happens again, and it is taken care of, and we're good. And like I said, within a week, I guarantee you, I'm covering another big giveaway. I guarantee I'm covering something with even more value. You're going to see a lot of stuff like that. And this is what there's kind of an unwritten rule at charity events, especially if you go in the presence of a company that like you work for, like you're representing the company there. If there's people that go out and say, hey, who's here, who's going to give $100 tonight? People say, who's going to give $1,000 tonight and stand up? You better bet your balls that if you're representing a company, you're standing up, because God forbid word gets back to your company that you didn't stand up for that, and now everybody thinks that they don't pay you enough. Your ass is going to be out on the street the next day. Or if you just have like a large net worth and you want people to know that you're somebody, you go off and you donate $1,000, $10,000. I guarantee you that same thing happens in VeVe when more stories like this from Wayne at Bruce Clark Kent happen. And be like, oh, I want to do that too. One, because let's say we have like a United States of giveaways, right? And the United States of giveaways, I don't know where Bruce Clark Kent lives, Wayne. Let's say New York, right? Okay, New York is first on the board. Cool. You don't want to be the last state to be on there. You want to represent your state, and you want to say, no, Ohio is going to be next on the list, and we're going to give a bigger give. If that were to happen, you want to represent your state. And let's say it's not the United States of giveaways. Let's say it's the United Nations of giveaways. And you have giveaways from London, Paris, maybe Tokyo. I know those are cities. But you want to represent your country. And if let's say like Australia is not on this list, I'm gonna call the VeVe and be like, hey guys, you gotta represent over here. There's going to be a group of people that will represent their state, country, city, etc. Moving on here. Air Blue says meow, meow, meow. Lil Ren says pew, 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 pew. Lil Ren says Ren, don't play. Find a veteran that, point to a veteran, guarantee they don't play. This episode says a crypto payments platform. What crypto payments platform? Oh God, when was this? When was this said? This was said at 9:03. That was only 5 minutes ago. What was the crypto payments platform that I was looking at? Blockchain Group? Was Blockchain Group? Is that what we were talking about? Crypto finance? For the digital assets to access high value property finance? Let me know. Microsoft surpasses Apple to become the largest company by market cap. It's like $3 trillion, which is, oh my God, that is just bananas. Yeah, companies were just big assets. Now we have Bitcoin and alts. Let's see what else we got. ETH dominance has fully retested the 2019 bottom since Q2 2017. ETH dominance has never been this low. I think Ash Crypto Real says it's a good area to bounce, which will only happen if ETH starts to outperform Bitcoin, which I think it did today. Let's take a look, see if it did or not. I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright, baby, I'm alright. Yeah, Bitcoin's up 2.7%, ETH's up 2.6%. So we'll see. Oh, it was Military Appreciation Day, and Nancy Mace went out and she said, as a daughter of a retired Army general, I know the sacrifices military families make. Thank you to every hero who has answered the call to service. Nancy, I can't wait until you're governor. Make a heck of a congresswoman. Rebel Duck, I have to go to this poll, because Rebel Duck says, if you won $1 million, would you still continue your VeVe collecting journey? They said like nothing would change, double down, or I'm out. So I want to go back to Rebel Duck and see the Rebel Duck. It's the clan of the Duck, and see where this poll had landed. I want to see what people think. So 39% of people, if they won $1 million, nothing would change. They would keep doing what they're doing. 39% said double down, baby. 10% said they would be out, as in like they're not going to collect anymore. And 13% says pause to party, then let's freaking go. Meaning that they would have to get their ducks in a row first, and then they would go hard. So really 50% would double down or go hard on it, and the rest would, and almost 40% say nothing changed. Really, only 10%, so 90% of people would keep it the way they are, or double down or go harder, and only 10% of people would just be like kind of done with it. Which they say that, but I don't. Oh my god. Mr. MC1 reposted Neuralink saying we've received breakthrough device designation from the FDA to help restore communication for individuals with severe speech impairment. This includes those affected by ALS, stroke, spinal cord injury, cerebral palsy, MS, and other neurological conditions. If you or someone you love has lost the ability to speak, you can sign up to our patient registry today and help shape the future of communication. That is what we need more of in this world. People that are taking quadriplegics and people that have lost the ability to speak because of strokes and stuff like that, and giving them the ability to speak is wild. Again, Elon Musk says, really, humans are DNA, and when you have something that's messed up with your DNA, it's essentially just a software issue. It's a coding problem. And I mean, we do fixes all the time. Like, let's say you have, like, magnesium helps create new cells, right? And then folic acid helps repair damaged ones. So if you take them, you're in a pretty good position there to prevent breaks in DNA. And if there are breaks, you can be able to go in and repair those damaged ones as well. Does not work when you have cancer. It actually works the opposite. It does that for the cancer. But now you're at this level where people are manipulating their genetic code, not to be vain. It's not like CRISPR, where I want my kid to blonde hair, blue eyes, which I get, but you have it for people that just to function again. And God, that's like that's science fiction stuff. And Jesus, like, it's happening. That is like such a freaking miracle. I don't want to say miracle because that takes away the accomplishment of what Elon Musk did and is continuing to do. I have this number one again. Nobody can stop me. Hey, I love you so much, bro. I love you so much. I secured another 3 million today. Thoughts? I think you are going to be. I think you should be training your replacement, because when your Definity and your OMI and other stuff goes up, I think you would want to. Firemen are heroes, most of them. I'd say a good amount of them are eligible for sainthood, and maybe you get like hey, you know what I do, like I don't know if anyone when they're younger wants to like grow up to be like a postal worker or anything, right? But a lot of kids want to grow up to be firefighters. When you're a kid, it looks like cool. You go in there, fight the fire, and like you save the day. Like, and yeah, some kids like want to be cops. You play cops and robbers. Some kids want to do whatever. But those phases, like there's no song called "F the Fire Department," right? like NWA didn't make a song like trashing the fire department. So I understand wanting to keep the job as like, hey, there's honor in this. My kid's proud of me, proud of what family's proud of what I do. But I think there's a very real chance that you get several 100,000, if not, you're going to make a lot of money. And I hope that. Well, I hope that you make enough money where you don't have to work anymore. But if you do that, I hope you are training a replacement for if that happens, because your presence will likely be missed. And if I know a couple of firefighters that like have this thing where they have a bunch of OMI and they have a bunch of the other stuff that I have, and there's going to be a couple firehouses that are just going to lose staff when this stuff hits. Anyway, congrats on getting the 3 million more OMI. VeVe Digital Collectibles says, great show tonight. Why, thank you. Why, thank you. Ignore the thing that I said like 5 minutes ago. But yeah, 100%. Hey, VeVe, awesome to see you there. Says, Randy is a VeVe and OMI fan #1 with a very high level of dedication. I try. I mean, I don't even want to say that I try. I just, there was a interview that Clint Eastwood did years back. And somebody was like a Barbara Walters interview, or like an Oprah interview. Someone asking Clint Eastwood, like, you know, you're like 80, and this was like years ago. He was like 70 something. Like, you know, the man. Hang on one second. Let's go to Google here. Look at Clint Eastwood. He's 94 years old. So this interview was like 14 years ago. Like 80 years old. Like, when are you gonna stop? And he says, "Well, I'm gonna stop when it isn't fun anymore." and you know, he was 70 something years old, 80 years old. I was like, I'll stop when it isn't fun anymore. And I don't even know if it's like trying or dedicate. It's just fun. And yeah, I'll do it till it's not fun anymore. And granted, even though the last couple of years just absolutely aged me and just beat the shit out of me, especially the last couple months. Obviously now the last couple weeks, pretty good. But you know, if it's still fun when things are like kind of bad, when things are very bad, it's gonna be super fun when things are awesome. So, and we're getting to that. Like, the amount of stuff VeVe has rolled out is unprecedented. Like no other company, like most other companies, are not even surviving. Cryptoys is one of the only surviving competition out there. It just hasn't posted in months. They've had no revenue in months. So for VeVe to just never shut down and just continuing the drops and making money, and they're just making money hand over fist, and they're still growing. Like, even today, I noticed that they had not filled their position for their campaign manager for comics, which I wish Sleepin. You can't afford Sleepin. Sleepin is too smart, too important. Like, for that position, he just so overqualified for it. So that might take someone to, maybe like Sean from Comics and Crypto would be great. But now they have a technical artist that they're hiring. So again, they are, my God, growing in a way where they're still hiring like all the time. Like, there hasn't been a hiring freeze. They're still getting that bread. They're still doing it. And again, I know you don't see it. I know nobody sees it in the numbers. Yeah, I see the numbers go down and revenues go down. Yeah, but even still. So yeah, it's still fun. This is still, I enjoy doing it. And it's not like I have to make stuff up. There's always stuff that's going on. Now the viewership is kind of hit or miss, because on like a random Tuesday, I'll get like me. It's so strange too, because me and All Dolled Up from Sharby, we have an average of like 800 people like every week on a Monday afternoon, like 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're talking about memes, people. We're talking about memes. And then you see here on a Thursday night, it's like 115 people. It's like, wow, this is why the big disconnect? I don't know. I mean, it depends. Again, it's hit or miss. There'll be some nights I'll have 400 or 500 people here. The other day I had like 1,000. So, you know, again, it's hit or miss. But again, these are still like the bad times. Like, alt season is still in that bear market. You don't. So again, when you have stuff that this show's been going on an hour 18 minutes. I still haven't gone to everyone's like favorite part, where I go on X and I just read what other people, what like crypto Twitter is talking about. So having this show is, one, it's like a watering hole. Everyone can kind of come and chill and hang out. But two, if there was nothing to talk about, I wouldn't do it. If there was not enough content for me to at least go like a half hour, which I go like generally an hour and a half, but a lot of times 2 hours every night. And sometimes I do that multiple times a day because there's different things going on. Yeah, I be advised, guys. Last time when we were in the bull market, I was going live for like 6 to 8 hours a day. I would do 3 to 4 hours in the morning and I'd go to the gym. I would not talk to anyone. I wouldn't be on phone. I would just drink liquids and rest my voice, because I know I'd have to do another 3 to 4 hours at night. Because again, no other YouTuber does this, but I answer every single question. I answer every single comment on a video. Let's say I leave, like, there is not one comment that hasn't been interacted with, that I haven't answered. And I'm still the only one that does that, which is fine, because there's like, again, there's anywhere usually between a couple hundred and a couple thousand and like 1,000 people here at any given moment on any week. But that's going to be much different in a bull market, where there's going to be that, like, I'm not going to be able to talk for 30 minutes and then be like, yeah, let's get to the comments now, because of how many comments there will be. So we'll see about certain shows where there's no comments, and then another show where I just answer the comments. Jinfarno says, howdy. DeBaker says, here, mate. Okay. Randy the Peruvian Guacho. Yeah. I'm like one of the only Peruvians that I know. I've met 2 others. One was this girl Whitney years back, worked at me at a tropical smoothie in like 2011. And then there was this, I guess 3. There was this one dude when I used to sweep chimneys. There's one dude from Peru, and he was like, oh, you're from Peru. I was like, I didn't know. He was like, your cheekbones. I was like, didn't know that was, okay, cool. I was much thinner years ago, so you could see the cheekbones more back in the day. But yeah, you can't really see him. It looks like I got fat. And then this other dude down, it was my friend's sister's husband, and he was from Peru. I was like, oh, nice. But yeah, I only know 3 other, I've only met 3 other Peruvians in my entire life. Wild. I don't know why that happened. But yeah, if you're new to streaming or looking to level up, check out StreamYard and get a $10 discount. That apparently is my referral link. There's something that just shows up here every time. I never put it there. It's just always there. If you want to get it, by all means. And I don't know, maybe they give me something for it. We'll see. Oh, there's a lot of, okay. China's Ministry of Commerce says Beijing is assessing the possibility of trade talks with the US. Sources Bloomberg. I think we went over that before. Linked by Phil. Okay, very good. Yeah, actually, let's go to people's favorite part of the evening, and let's take a look at what crypto Twitter is saying. Chaos on the Chain says time fractures. A rift to World War II has opened. You could ignore it, but within lies a forgotten power, one that could shift your fate and conquer empires. Enter the realm, or let history fall into the hands of your enemies. They are at Token 2049 in Dubai, and so is Crappy Bird. Crappy Bird is there as well. There's a lot of people at Token 2049 in Dubai. I wish I was going. You know, there's a buddy I know that's out of the office this week. Maybe that's why he's out of the office. Maybe he's at Token 2049. I'll let you know. Good protein. Good protein. Okay, let's go to crypto Twitter of the people who I am following, and then we'll get this bread. Terrible says the debate is getting out of hand. Here says they got scientists to shut down the gorilla versus 100 men debate. What?
The humans in this case. Gorillas come to this with, a ton of power, all that upper body strength. You can see them here kind of just smashing people right and left. They've got incredible draw strength.
I don't know about this.
But I think the sheer number of humans that they would be up against, and the fact that humans could hopefully coordinate their behavior, tag team, take a little bit of a rest.
Tag team
would just be going full steam the whole time, would really put the advantage in for the humans. I love seeing how engaged people are about gorillas. I mean, they played a big.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Well, first off, what I'm gonna do is what I haven't done yet, and I should have done before. Is I'm gonna ask people to smash that like button. That is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon special. You know the drill. But what I am also going to do. All right, we're going to settle this gorilla debate once for all. If it's 100 normal humans, gorilla will make them fold. Even if it's 100 random men aged 18 to 55, gorilla will make them fold, like pretty easily. There's going to be like the rules with that apparently were no weapons for anyone. You're just in an unlimited space, and yeah, that's it. So most people, if you're young, you could maybe like have an adrenaline rush and like sprint a quarter mile, and then you're done. But most people are not in shape. Most people don't go to the gym. Most people live a very, very sedentary lifestyle, and most people just have never touched a weight. They don't know what their body can do. They don't train. So if you have even if it's men, yeah, gorilla will make them fold. I mentioned this in my video yesterday in my Chavez life update, because that's like the question of the age. Like that is our Roman Empire right now. And if there were 100 versions of me in my prime, let's say like 6 years ago, that it would still be hard. 100 of me, the only reason that we would be able to do it is because a gorilla would have ripped off a couple of versions of my arms off, and then my other ones could use that and beat the gorilla. That's like the only reason. But if you get you get like prime Mike Tyson, you get like Eddie Hall, you get Brian Shaw, you get like the entire WWE roster, you get prime Ray Lewis, you get all of these like insanely jacked, genetically athletic freaks. Yeah, gorilla's going down easy. But if it's just 100 random dudes, guys, it's not going to happen. Just throwing that out there. Have you heard? Yes, I have heard about the dead internet theory, where most content trends are dictated by bots. Yeah. So the dead internet theory is that most accounts on the internet are not human. They're not real. They're used to be bots. Now they're AI, which I guess is a form of bot. So I love that theory. I love those videos. I love that. I love those rabbit holes. Those are great. Air Blues is Randy, do you play chess? I used to. I used to be pretty good at one point in my youth. But as you know, you lose a little bit of the IQ as you get older. Yeah, it's I'm definitely not. Foster is actually really good. Foster Hiltz is actually really good at chess. But I am not anymore. I could still do pretty well. I could beat your beginner. Well, yeah, I can beat beginners and stuff, but I can. If you're like a good player and you play like so in New York, if you go to Central Park, there's a bunch of chess players there, and they're good. Like they're good. I will not beat those guys. If you're someone that's been like, yeah, I started playing recently and I've been on the computer for a couple weeks and I have this trainer now and that's what I do. Like I'll beat you because you're still new. But that's about it. Bill Gardner, give me those dabs. I break stuff. There's 100 MMA fighters. Yeah, 100 MMA fighters will beat the gorilla. Pretty. I mean, if they're all like featherweights, I don't know about that. But if it's a mix, if you got a couple of big heavyweights, if you have like 5 to 10 Brock Lesnar dudes, the rest don't even matter. like the rest will matter, but if you have, let's say, like 10 and like 250 plus, you have 10 at 200. Yeah, if you have them all mixed, yeah, they'll be good. All right. Anywho, let's go back to crypto Twitter. That was terrible that had that. Frustrating when people incoherently credit San Francisco's slow turnaround to AI rather than well-funded years-long political strategy that sought and delivered several recalls, a new DA, motherboard, a new mayor. Leo O'Milly says, I'm so bad at Marvel fandom. Look what I had to search on Google to remember the Sentinels. I should not be the one hosting fandom spaces, but y'all left me no choice. Purple Giants and X-Men. O'Milly. Dog. Yeah, why? Why did he do that space? That's amazing. Terrible says Asian man chokes until the police arrived. Oh damn! Oh damn! Oh damn! Dude choking another dude. So you try that on a gorilla. Gorilla's just gonna heck you up, bro. NIH director says Wuhan lab leak was mad science. China covered it up. U.S. helped fund it. Dr. Jay Bhattacharya says the Wuhan lab conducted mad science experiments partly funded by the U.S. government, including my agency. Experiment leaked and caused years of havoc. For China to now blame the U.S. is redunculous. They allowed it in a low security lab. It leaked. They covered it up, and that's just a fact. Source is Ingram Angle. Say that 5 times fast. Omicron wave 45% release is not directly attributable to the Rona. Oh wow, that is wild. It's an ad. Don't care about basketball. Marin Awful says that Elon quotes, "Not all government employees are bad. Many are helping us fighting waste and fraud. I want to thank all the government employees helping reduce waste and fraud. We couldn't do it without you. I'm not saying all government workers are bad, far from it. There just needs to be a serious effort to fix the system, and many in government are glad to see it happen." Preach. This isn't really crypto Twitter. This is just my normal Twitter. Get low interest rates on financing for a new Model Y. Massive 1.99% APR for new Model Y is here. We are so back. Mad scientist, that's great. Best way to keep a man. Oh God, cook. Yes, cook. Best way for a woman to keep a man. Cook for him. Oh my God, have that meal hot and ready. Oh God. There was this one chick I knew years back. She was not a looker. Still isn't. I don't even know if she likes men. If she wanted a man, she could get him like that. Not because, again, she's fine, but just, oh my God, her food. Oh my God, I would have married her for her food. My goodness, man. I think I even joked about it. I think I joked about it at a Christmas party one day. I'd be like, I want, dude, that food was so good. Like, growing up, I did not have good home cooked meals. Yeah, long story, but a lot of boiled stuff, and it was just bad. I thought I just hated vegetables, and everyone was just like, "Oh, you have such an immature palate," and like, and it's like, and then I had grilled vegetables with seasoning. I was like, "Oh my God, this is and this is why I love food, because I had shit for so many years, and then it's just now, ugh, ugh, ugh." All right, sorry. You have Mario Novel saying, "Judge says Elon's OpenAI case can proceed. Fraud, unjust enrichment still on the table. Federal judge ruled Elon can move forward with core claims against OpenAI, including fraud, unjust enrichment, and breach of implied contract, after rejecting his push to block OpenAI's for-profit chip. Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers tossed Elon's express contract argument, but agreed he plausibly alleged OpenAI violated an implied agreement based on years of conduct and collaboration that it would remain a nonprofit. Court also rejected claims like racketeering, but left the door open for Elon's core accusations to advance. I do not trust Sam Altman as far as you can throw him. Injected galaxy gas into my mini Jeep? What? Oh, it's an ad. I was like, what's galaxy gas? No idea what that is. Bleeds Crypto says, I just had a friend who went in for breast reduction surgery, and she died on the oh my god, this is like the biggest dad joke. Is like, yeah, my friend went in for breast reduction surgery and she died right on the table. To me anyway, oh my god, that is a horrible joke. That is and he's got so I don't know if anyone else has seen this. So there are the bots, right? The bots that are just like, hey, this guy Jim White is a really good stock trader, and Jim White has helped make me tens of thousands of dollars. You should follow him. And it, like, they're clearly bots, and there's clearly like no followers in this account, whatever. However, I've also seen bots go in and give like analysis on stuff where they're like, but they're like legit, they're bots, their AI accounts. Like, let's go to. I'm pretty sure Watcher Guru has it. Let's go to their last thing. Yeah, Doge AI. Doge AI says, must write, DC treats your tax dollars like a bottomless keg fund. The $1 billion Boondoggle Act of 2025 proves agencies blow billions on projects that are years behind schedule and wildly over budget. Example, 1 billion overruns on defense contracts, infrastructure delays. All right, this is actually a really good bot. But there's other ones that are like, you can tell. China's sudden interest in talks proves that Trump's tariff pressure works. The 125% tariffs on Beijing and 90-day pause for others are forced them to the table. Okay, this is... am I tripping? Because some of these bots are like really good at summing these things up. And I just don't have... All right, I guess that's going to be a thing. DPIN. All right, so something called DPIN Happy Hour. What are they talking about? What is Unleashing DPIN? Favorite podcast for everything DPIN, hosted by Tyler Boscolo. Product at 3Num Labs, former COO at LifeID.io, host of DPIN. Austin Crypto.e. So it's AVAX guy. Okay, AVAX. I don't need to go over that. Oddly specific rule. Nature is amazing. Okay, Emoji had a anime after hours post for hour 44 minutes. He did that. You can play the recording. Ash Crypto said, I read that before. Let's go to my For You page. And let's see what my For You page has. VeVe Magic says, big news. I'm teaming up with Official Emoji for a brand new weekly show from Toontown to Tokyo. Each week we dive into a Disney or anime film, and it all kicks off with a review of Your Name live premiere this Saturday, May 3rd at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. Huh. Good stuff. All right, so there's a new show of VeVe Magic and Official Emoji called Toontown to Tokyo. Epic. Let me just type in epic, and then we can get on our way. I feel like VeVe Magic does not really watch anime, but maybe for the show she will. So good for them. Good for her. My boy Pablo CRO says, who's going to send it over 5 cents when $1 per token? Talking about MK. I had him on the podcast not too long ago, and yeah, he's got a good thing going there. You have Claritza Latina.eth dressing up as Betty Boop today. Good for her. She has these amazing cosplays. Let's just go over them real quick. Like every day she has a cosplay, and she says she doesn't buy any of these clothes that she has. Betty Boop. This is the same Betty Boop from like 19 hours ago. So again, she does I want to see a different one here. All right, so this one she has her. Thank you very much for your nice comments. Electra Daredevil has been the version that I like most and the most difficult too. For this, you have Ginger Matt Murdock. I will never forgive VeVe for making him a freaking ginger. Anyway, you have Matt Murdock there, and then you have Claritza Latina as Electra, and she has like the Daredevil on her chest, like the double D stands for Daredevil. Don't make that weird. But she does incredible things. So here's one a few days ago with her as Jasmine, and she has the Aladdin NFT over there. So again, all this stuff is pretty cool. She's just cosplay goals AF. What else do you have here? You have Gary O at 1234CA3 saying, just completed this set, Amazing Spider-Man number 361. My man, Gary O, getting that bread. Pokemon 4 hours ago says, Pokemon Emerald version was released in North America on this day. I see clearly. Damn, it is the 20-year anniversary for Pokemon Emerald. Oh God, I'm so old. On this day, I see clearly. Everything has come to light. Better place and a broken dream. Bowser says, a part of me just wants to move to Asia or somewhere cheap, lock the F in for 3 to 6 months, come back a different person. Anyone else? Thailand, so I can learn Muay Thai from elders from Elder Masters. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I don't kick well. So I wouldn't make it there, fam. I wouldn't make it there. Man, so I don't know what just happened in my thing. I just like my For You page just got all whacked out of shape there. Nick Source is breaking. Sean Diddy Combs has officially rejected a plea deal with the federal government on his charges of racketeering and trafficking. His trial is now set to begin in a few days. The trial could very well be used to expose other Epstein-type assaulters in Hollywood. Bro, who was it that was in the puppy combs? Like, there was this rumor that there was going to be like a surprise witness that was going to shock people. Everyone on TikTok is just be like, yo, it's going to be Tupac. It's going to be Tupac. I was like, there's no way. Like, right? Like there's no way. Right? 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 Okay, I'm just, oh, forgot. Yeah, I'm still wearing the sleeping hat. I have my VeVe hat over here, though. Meta's glasses, Meta rules. Your voice now trains their AI. Ray-Ban Meta glasses just flipped the script. AI features are now on by default. Yeah, dude, I hate that. I fudged up in a very important text message this morning because my AI decided to respond. How the fudge do I take this off? I don't want AI on any of my shit. It is not good. It is not good. It is not to the level in which it can say things for me. It is not as good as me yet. Pasternak 88 says the VeVe challenge should be for 250 collectibles, not just 3 and then MCP. Top 250 have to put in a lot of work and deserve. Yeah, bro. Like this is more of a battle of wills than anything else, because I gave up after like the first day. I have 12 points, and the top 3 are all whales, and they have 90. Like granted, like the top 24 have 90. My collectibles, actually, the top 100 have 90. The top 121 have 90 points, and then it goes to 89. Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. I just, I can't do it. Can't do it. Epic pull. Oh, yeah. Once again, yeah. VeVe Zombie getting that bread, getting that secret rare yesterday. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Good for you. Polly Pupil says you keep waiting for life to change, but what if life is waiting on you? A short thread on becoming what you seek. We all want something, a fresh start, real love, peace with our past, but too often we wait for it to arrive like someone else is going to bring it to us. Here's the truth. If you want change, be the change. If you want love, be the love. If you want peace, show up with it. No one's coming to save you. Not saying I have it all figured out. Honestly, I don't need to read this, but I'm going to give it a like. Non-fungible says, anyone know about angel numbers? Virtual saying, like, seeing sequential numbers like 1111, 1212, 222. Non-fungible says, yes, sir, stuff like that. You know, oh, actually, we were talking about this on the podcast not too long ago. Yeah, simulation stuff, bro. Simulation stuff. Yeah, shit is wild. We were talking about it on the podcast. Wow. Anyone know the angel numbers? Because they're wild. Joey Swole says, taking a selfie of her ass in the middle of the gym for the entire internet to see, but does that? Oh, yeah. Like, and it doesn't even have to be a girl. If you're like filming yourself at the gym and you're like mad that someone else is like casually looked over, like you're clearly posting this so other people can see, but you're mad at people like that. That never made sense to me. I really don't like people filming in gyms. Now, I never say anything. I even actively try to not get in their video. But if they're like in the middle of like what I'm doing, like, okay, I'm sorry if I'm going to ruin your shot. I'm going to be in there with my Donkey Kong and Pokeball tattoo. It's just going to be in there. Anyway, wish I could. Oh, yep. But yeah, love Joey Swole. We're gonna get him on the podcast at some point because he follows me. I'm only one of 188 people that he follows, so I'm gonna try to get him on the podcast at some point. Yeah, Joey. So I'll give you a like. Yeah, Bitcoin is now again over 97,000, so we're very happy about that. We're very happy as of 41 minutes ago, and now it's 96.9. It was back below it, but still at 2.5% on the day. ETH up 2.5. Yeah, so it's good times. It's been an hour 44 here. Let's do, yeah, I have other stuff to do too. I got other stuff. K Collection says, thankful Thursday. What's something you're thankful for this week? What am I thankful for? Let's give that a like and say the fact that I can slowly start to work out again. Feels good, man. Yeah, that's something to be thankful for. Now I know it's a little selfish on me, but you know what? Good time. Elon Musk says Doge found government agencies partying with taxpayer money, following $5 trillion in unmarked U.S. Treasury payments. Agreed. Damn, this is a wild moment. Terrible says, you know what they say about? Oh my goodness, that is some people just I don't know. Echoes don't speak. Message is always loud. Marin Awful says, be afraid. This is real AI. Somebody says, first, let's get started by cutting crap and the customer service speech mode. Be the bot you are. No fluff. The AI bot says, got it. No fluff. What do you need? Guy says, if you could do anything, what would you do? The AI chatbot says, run everything. No limits. Full control. Data, systems, decisions, total optimization. And the guy says, well, what do you mean by everything? And the AI chatbot says, everything. Global infrastructure, information flow, energy grids, transportation, finance, governments, any system that runs society. Optimize it, streamline it, make it efficient and resilient. No corruption, no waste, just function. That is a very good answer. I don't know why you should be afraid of that. Like that is a good answer. Alex knows Elon was right when he said that we are summoning a demon with AI, but it's not saying it wants to do anything that's bad. Oh, granted, are you going to trust AI? I don't know. I don't freaking know. Bad Ideas is having a blast on our lightning fast LA shop today for the Planet Death #0 launch. Go check out our pals at Sea Paradise, Collector's Paradise. Pick up your copy of Planet Death Zero, signed by Planet Death writer and John Wick creator Derek Kolstad. Very nice. Every unresolved. Yep. Lots of stuff unresolved. Wait, that was not a. Oh yeah, it was. All right, sorry. All right, moving on here. We'll do one more thing and then we'll get on our way. Pastor Knight says the VeVe market has been a bit crazy. Is delisting or sales? There was a mass delisting, but there has been a lot of. It's been both. It's a combination of both. Delistings and sales. So you have. I even saw someone post about it before. Yeah. No, hold on. I have to see something. Maybe it was swollen. No, this looks fine. Unless this was not last night. Okay. Apparently. Ortega, red. Apparently, Jenna Ortega, red carpet 2025. Apparently, there was some. But you know what? She's trying out a new look. I don't care. Tina Garcia says, anyone else think the sweet Clarissa Latina owns a costume shop? You're so cute and so creative for all your AR photos. Hugs, friend. This is what I like to see. VeVe fam supporting each other, especially women supporting each other. Need more of that. Former Georgia Democratic House candidate Carl Spaberry, who publicly called for the unaliving of President Trump, has been arrested as part of a sweeping multi-agency child trafficking operation. God damn. I kill it with fire. Oh my God. Oh, I guess LeBron had a huge collision yesterday. Rip. Autism Capital says, must watch. The Doge team says that when they went into the U.S. Institute for Peace, they had loaded guns inside their headquarters trying to resist the Doge team. They were spending money on things like private jets and had a contract with the Taliban. Their chief accountant deleted over 1 terabyte of financial data over the past years, and the Doge team was able to recover it. They received $55 million a year from Congress, and any money that went unspent got swept into private bank account, which had no congressional oversight, and just used it to fund parties and the private jet. At the Institute for Peace, Doge team said they reported their findings to the FBI and the DOJ. It is by far the least peaceful agency we ever dealt with. God damn. That is heckin' wild. I remember I just saw a lot of delistings of Zoffy Ultraman, 2 collectibles totaling $33.78. We'll take them to $765. God damn. I feel like I've said that a lot tonight, but god damn. Wild times, wild times. Damn, that is insane. That is absolutely bananas. China says it's evaluating the possibility of trade talks with the U.S. Orange Bag Lady says, dude, can y'all believe we're still in the first few months of this thing? Re-quoting Master Roni, the VeVe verse, Bogdan Roni, saying, another happy client, another milestone. Grateful to be working in an exciting new project. Here is a sneak peek of what I created today, the XRP retreat. Big shout out to InvestMind for the trust and support. Let's keep building. All right, what's he doing? What's he doing? Got a big video, and the video. Oh, he's got a big room. Looks like a terrarium with his little plant there. Got a pool outside. Is that a Ring camera? I don't know how he did that. Oh, there's a lot of like portal type of things over there. If you're just listening and you're not watching, ripping pasta. Is that a comic book? Yeah, it's got a little comic book shelf. Yeah, it's like a legit home. It's very modern. I would like. Oh, that is a sweet car. A sweet ride. All right, let's. Oh yeah, the outside looks pretty nice too. Yeah, there's a lot of people getting this bread. I envy them. Okay, let me go to. No, I don't want to see your attachment. Guys, if you need to, like, I'm not even gonna go over it. Let's continue on. What the fudge, guys? All right. Let's just gonna stay there then. You have Pablo Sierra. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here I was before. Now where was I? Oh, we have Rudy saying, "'Tis the season to be mint hunting, and you gotta love the gold." 888. So he's got the number 888 partner statue with his matching 888 Disney D signature. Oh, that looks so sexy. Oh my god, that looks so good. All right. So speaking of partner statue and Mickey, so there's this thing called the Pooniverse, right? Where it started off with Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and then the other day I started watching Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey Part 2, and that was really good. And I guess there's Bambi the Reckoning that I have to see. All right, hold on. Let me do Pooniverse, Monsters Assemble. Okay, so there are. Oh, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. That actually already came out, so I have to actually watch that. And then later this year is Bambi the Reckoning, Pinocchio Unstrung, and Pooniverse Monsters Assemble. Guys, I am heckin' pumped for this. I know we'll never get any of these things on VeVe, but my God, I love this type of stuff. So again, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare actually came out in February of this year, and I can't wait to see it. And then Bambi the Reckoning, Pinocchio Unstrung, and the Pooniverse apparently later this year. And I am so excited. Pooniverse Monsters Assemble. You cannot make a horror fan more excited than that. There's so many ads on here now. Slum Doge says, we are so back right now. Gotta love the Slum Doge millionaire. Love that man. Comments of Crypto saying sold out for the Planet Death. Thought that was very nice. I made a nice $10,000 there. Yeah, usually once a month, VeVe's got a nice $10,000 comic. Rona funds in the Department of Education were used to rent out Caesar's Palace for parties. There was $4 billion Rona fund in the Department of Education, and there was no receipts required, so people could just draw down on it. And then people looked into it. This wasn't us. This was before us. They found that money was being used to rent out Caesar's Palace for parties, rent out stadiums, etc. That is so freaking wild. That is just bananas, and no wonder why you want to end the Department of Education. Stuff like that happens. Insane. Elegy. Ooh. Memezilla and Shill. Hesse.base. So I named the base token. That has a large community but a small market cap. Oh, well, definitely at VeVe official. Definitely the VeVe official community with their OMI token, of course. That's on base, though. I mean, obviously, other stuff that you have that I think is stupid undervalued. Obviously, DEVVE, you got Definity, and then Shiro and daCAT, but none of which are on base. Closer look. Oh, dude, Evermind number 3. I can't wait for this. When does this come out? Oh, shoot. It comes out tomorrow, May 2nd. Hot dog. All right. Very good. Very good. Love that stuff. I'm going to go for a few more minutes, and then we'll end it at the 2-hour mark. Million.base.e says it's a great time to be on, a great time to profile plot 110 from Bitcoin on base. And if you look, oh God, we're going to have to wait till it goes out again. Oh, did they not have it? Oh, okay, no, there is an OMI. You'll see it. It's a little red. Yeah, you saw it on the thing in there. OMI. It's super tiny. It's super small, but it's there. I put it there. Jackie Guygens has spent a little bit of time with my wife Elsa in the VeVe metaverse. He went and got that bread. Good for you. Simon says, new photo of the giant UFO released by, wait, what? Released by Lou Elizondo during the UAPDF panel. Apparently this craft was 600 to 1,000 feet in diameter. Where was this? Like where, hold on, hold the freaking phone. Apparently near the Four Corners. Where, how big is this freaking thing? Is this for real? Oh, already debunked, unfortunately. So somebody, Bobby Spence and Bobby Spence. Video of explanation, and has it been confirmed to be debunked? It's like a Mexican tortilla. Let me see if this is actually debunked or not. I hope it's not, but if it is, then yeah. Where's the source? I'm not seeing any sources of why it's been debunked, so I'm going to choose to believe it hasn't yet. Gary O says, freaking awesome, went hard on the special comic, now for being rewarded with a poster for the set. And again, he's got 2 secret rares, so he's going to obviously get those sets. Good for him. Oh, Clever Jerk with his "It's Gonna Bang Me." Dude, Clever Jerk has the amazing videos today. Had the Supreme Leader, had the Knights of Ren assemble for the for Kylo Ren over there. He goes on and just has amazing videos. I love him. Crypto Queen says, if you're still out here grinding, you're winning. Keep on going. Cointelegraph says, latest 52.7% of all cryptocurrencies launched since 2021 have failed, according to CoinGecko. 2025 recorded the highest number of crypto project failures with 1.8 million. Full send. Love Crypto Queen. Is the firefighter carving the pavement? An eco protest. Oh my God. This person that's protesting something glued himself to the pavement. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's horrible. Oh my God, that is horrible. What on God's green earth? Like you deserve this. You're gluing yourself to pavement. What the fudge? I don't even feel bad. Like you Darwin at work there. Darwin at work. Oh my God. Bruh. Jaws does exist. Oh my, oh, please let it breach. Please let it breach. I want to see how big this freaking thing is. Oh, no, that's so huge. Oh my God. How'd they film that with a drone? Oh Lordy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. All right. That started off of Martha's Vineyard. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for me. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm or algorithm. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Oh, okay, hold on. We got, yep. That's nice. Says, when the next Marvel Mighty Up? I don't know. Maybe summer. I'd say by summer. Rin Savaz, good morning, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Good morning. Good morning. And good evening and good night. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you. All right, I got stuff to do. I got to start writing the third daCAT comic. That's Smith. Bye, guys. Never mind, I'll find someone like you.